Alright, so welcome everyone to the Razer Raiju Ultimate Controller review. First off, we're going to start off with these lock buttons here, which I wasn't exactly sure what they did before. So let's go ahead and lock this one so you can see how it only goes halfway, and this one here goes full. What this does is called a hair trigger. By pressing it, it stops it there. That's 100% versus this being 100%. So it makes you have that slightly faster reaction time. Not something really I'm too interested in at this point because my reaction time is pretty fast. These buttons, they do get in the way a little bit. I had to remap it for when I was driving a tank because I would kept squeezing this one too much and it would cause me to switch seats, which got me killed. I've been just keeping it in the USB mode when I plugged it in because I have seen other reviews saying when you've gone to the wireless mode you have a little bit of input lag, so we'll just keep it in the USB mode when we're playing. So I'm going to turn the controller around. Lock button here. That button, what that does when you've pressed it, is it locks the PlayStation button, the options button, and the share button. So that way there's no accidental button presses during the game. This button here, that button will change the lighting around the touchpad. I feel like it's just more of a gimmick. Doesn't really, it's not much. Frankie seems to like it when it does all the colors. This button here, that's the Bluetooth button that you gotta use to help connect to the app. We'll talk about that later. And this button helps switch through the 4 primary profiles on the controller. So what we're now going to do is we're going to talk about these extra pieces here. In the book, they said that this D-pad was more for the fighting games, for quicker button pressing. So that you can just slide your thumb across. This one is your short convexed thumbstick, and this is your tall concaved thumbstick. They are very easy to pull off. They're actually very small magnetic there. You just gotta line it back up right to get it on. Just took them off right before the video, so I have a little bit of time. The same thing goes with the D-pad. If I had nails, it would be easier. See, the D-pad pops right off. It as well is connected with small magnets to help it keep in there. Boom. With the, I do like, my favorite thing about the charge cable are these things to help keep the ports clean, and this one to help keep the prongs nice and prongy so they don't go flat and ruin the controller, the cable. That's what my main issue is. Oh, I do like how with this is when you've plugged it in, it sits in there quite well, so there is no bending of that, which ruins the prongs, and it snaps right back out. I do like that feature quite a bit. Now, my biggest gripe with this is the app. Every time I want to get into the app, I have to add a new controller. It does not recognize the controller every time I go into the app. It will not reconnect. I have to add the controller every time. That is my only downside of the app. But on the app is another feature that I didn't realize you could do. Not only can you change the rumble motors in the controller individually from left and right, you can also change the stick sensitivity when you've pressed one of the M buttons. So you can change it to where, say, I have it right now, I'm trying to experiment with me driving the tank, because when I switch to my machine gun, it's just all over the place with my sensitivity. So I have it set to pressed, when I press the M3, yes, M3 button, the right stick slows way down. Still have to play and get that right sensitivity. Have not found it yet. But every time the phone locks the screen, I have to add the controller again on the app. So it's kind of hit and miss. It's a pain in the butt. Hopefully Razer will fix it. And I do like this thing. It stays attached to the cord, so there's no losing it. One thing I do not like about the case a little bit is when storing the cable in here, you have to push the cable all the way to the edge here in order to close it, so the cable actually sits here when you've closed it, so that way it zips all the way. You just can't have it sitting in the middle, or then it's going to sit on the thumbsticks and you're not going to be able to close the case. So thank you for watching. Please like, share, and comment. And do remember, if you see this on my Facebook, make sure you go to YouTube and watch it, not watch it on the link, because I don't think the views are counting. So thank you and have a nice day.